Hello everyone, and welcome to Linux Forensics here at Pentester Academy. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about using volatility to look at process information. So as a reminder, in a previous video, I gave you a little tip, and I said that typing in your volatility command string all the time is kind of a pain in the butt. So what we can do to make that better is to create an alias, which is exactly what I did. So if I look at my bash RC file, you'll see that I created this alias right here. So I'm running vol pi -- profile equals, and then the name of my profile for my target system, -f cases, and here's the path to my lime file, which we created a long time ago in a video far away. Another thing that we introduced briefly in a previous video was the info command on volatility. So you can run vol pi -- info, and you can pipe that to grep. And in this case, I'm going to pipe it to grep on Linux in lowercase. I can also t that to a file if I would like. Maybe I want to call it vol linux txt, and that will allow me to have a list of my Linux commands and also to display them on the screen. So he said in this video we're going to talk a little bit about some of these additional process commands. We talked about process list and process tree in a previous video. Great. So let's use some of these commands. We'll start by using the command linux psaux. Now this command works just like ps-aux. It's going to give you this nice full listing. It'll give you things like the command line that a process used to be started, which can give you important command line arguments and such. So I'll go ahead and run that. And here you see some interesting information. If you scroll through this list, you'll see a lot of processes from user 1000, our user John. And then here near the bottom, you'll see some interesting stuff as well. So here we have the Xingxi bind shell. We also have sudo -s and then a bash shell. So these are all related. Here's my rootkit. Here is someone starting a root shell, and immediately they have a bash process. Incidentally, if you look at this guy right here, you'll notice that this is where we made the memory dump. Right, so here's how we perturbed our memory just a little bit by inserting this module, which we built on another machine in order to get our memory dump, and we dumped it across the network. Other things that we can do. We can get the environment for each of our processes. Now, you might not want to do this for everything. Thankfully, there are some options to most of these. For example, if I rerun this command, the -p, and I say I only want 3027, that process only, please, then we see just our Xingxi bind shell process. I'm going to run psenv, and here again I'm going to limit it to a single process. I can get all processes if I want, but so that we don't get lost in all of the data, I thought it might be helpful to look at just the one process. So here's our shell. Here is the process ID, and then here's the environment. So you can see that the terminal has been set up a certain way. Here's the path that's been set to language of English US with UTF-8 encoding. Home directory, it's pointing to John's home directory, and you can see that the username is root, but it was being run by John. We also see bin singi is set up here as well. So that is the process environment. Again, we could do this for everything. So just to give you an idea, let's do that. And you'll see that some processes have not a lot of information for their environment. Some of those system processes with low process numbers. And then as you go toward user processes, you have a whole bunch more information. Well, that's all for this video. As always, if you're enjoying these videos here at Pentester Academy, please tell a friend. We'll see you soon.